Oh my, precious hearts and dearest souls. Before we open these human eyes, we wish just to have a look at each of your auric fields for a moment, please. All right. Understand, when you are in apprehension, when you are in fear, when you are in doubt, your shell of light, your auric field, will shrink. It will cause conflict within the biological body. It will cause distress within the physical body. So we want you to take a deep breath and expand your body, expand your auric fields. You are completely safe. And may we say, whether you believe it or not, you are completely sacred. Now this is a hard thing for the mind to grasp, because the mind is the judge and the jury. The mind feels imprisoned because it is so full of lies. It does not get nourished with truth. It gets harassed with worry. It gets confined in beliefs of hatred, of inadequacy, of depression, of hopelessness. But you are not these things. Your heart is not hopeless. Your soul is not depressed. Your spirit is free. Completely, absolutely free. As you are, if you decide to merge with your spirit, with your love, with your God, with your source of all things. We would like you to start to direct your breath in and out of your solar plexus, please, to give life and nourishment to this sacred placement of your soul, of your sacredness. Many people speak of the heart and tend to dismiss the soul. The soul is the grace of your mother, your true mother. She birthed your soul. And who here does not ache for the loving, unconditional gentleness of a true mother? You understand what we are saying? Admit to yourselves that you ache for it. Because in that ache, in that pain of loss of your true mother, this is the way back to love. Do not make the mistake of thinking that your grief means you are separate from love. Your grief is the doorway back into love. Do not let your mind convince you that you are lost on the path. When you feel your grief, truly, freely feel it. Because, dear ones, you are grieving for the lack of love for yourselves. You understand what we are saying? There is deep grief there. There is a gap in you that aches for you. The authentic you, the divine you, that has not been touched by any of this human condition. But we have always said you are the masters because you have had the courage to bring that sacredness into this body, into this realm, and transform it. God transmits its energy through your 5 senses, through what you see, hear, touch, taste. You understand? Because if you are truly in love, because love is truly in you, you will see everything as love. You will smell it, you will see it, taste it, touch it. Mother Nature is the physical manifestation of her love for you. If you truly wish to heal yourself, go lay out in that bush and sob into the heart of the earth. This will bring you true healing. This grief that you are resisting is the doorway back. You understand what we are saying? Grief is a healthy thing. Now we are here and understand some things in your world have been preordained, and this is one of them. You as souls have come and gathered here today because understand your souls are all talking to one another. Your souls have all known one another for eons. Your souls have been chatting about how you were going to gather here today in your human bodies. There is not one mistake, not one accident. You see what we are saying? So, do not, how shall we put this? Try and water this down. It is a very significant eternal moment you are in now, where you can decide at this divine moment to awaken yourself. Do you wish to remain in the nightmare, the dream? Are you not over it by now? The mind will tell you that it takes too much to do it, too much struggle, too much stress to actually do this. But it is actually the opposite. The more you relax, the more you trust, the more faith you have, the quicker it will take place. Start to let your mind surrender into your heart. Give your mind peace. It is a beautiful aspect of yourselves. Stop fighting with it and trying to train it and control it. You will not. It is not possible. But we are here, as we said, this has been preordained, this meeting between us and you. And we wish, with your permission, because we will not go against your will, with your permission, to have communion with each of you. Do we have each of your permission? And if we do not, that is all right too. Do we have your permission to talk to you directly? Yes. To assist you? Very good. All right, where will we begin? Because we have an entourage here of beings. Because understand, this is such a significant moment. We would like you to take a moment to close your eyes and feel the entourage of those in spirit around you. Your loved ones who have passed, your ancestors, your spiritual groups, your spiritual families are all here. Acknowledge them. Ask them to give you the strength and the desire to let go of the pain and open yourself to the potential of your soul, of your spirit. And breathe deep into it. And if the tears come, dear one, let the tears come, because release can take many forms. All right, you may open your eyes now. Let us see where this collective consciousness called you and I and them wish to go. All right, we will start with the brother over here. Do we have permission to talk to your soul, please?
Yes, you do.
All right, let us have a look. Now we are going to be very direct with each of you because you do not have time to pussyfoot around anymore. You understand? That is why you are here. No more pussyfooting around. So let us see, what does your soul wish to say to you that is of the most urgency to you, dear brother? You have toyed with the idea of trusting, have you not?
All the time.
Yes. You see what you just said? If you were truly trusting, you wouldn't be trying to do it all the time. It would just be happening on its own. You understand? So this, of course, is where you were stuck on the crossroads of your consciousness. Trusting takes courage. And the courage and the fire and the desire is already there in your heart, brother. When you can completely trust in the emptiness, in the unknown, then manifestation will come to you. Inspiration will flood you. You understand what we are saying? Because the one part of your beings that will never trust is your mind. You will never convince your mind to trust the unknown. It is not possible. You see what we say? So stop trying to do it through the mind. You waste a lot of time and energy, each of you, trying to do this, and understand each message we give to each individual is for all of you. So close your eyes, brother. We want you to take a deep breath in and out of the heart chakra. And we want you to feel the waves of panic of the thought of trusting. Feel the panic, but do it anyway. In this moment, feel deep in your core, I trust God completely. I surrender to the God of myself. I let go of all attachment and control. Now you will see peace come over this one. Can you see it and sense it? He doesn't even care that you're staring at him. Because he's trusting. Can you feel it, brother? So what is there to do now?
Nothing.
That is a good answer. Absolutely nothing. Rest in that, brother. Do we have permission, dear sister, to talk to your soul?
Yes, you do.
All right, let us have a look. Oh, like many here, you come from a long lineage of strugglers. Struggle is your middle name. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Is struggle not your mother's middle name, or perhaps even first name? And your grandmother?
From memory, yes.
Laugh about this, do not attach to it. So what is the payoff in the struggle? What do you get in return when you struggle?
Nothing. More struggle.
Very good. Because that is what you are putting out there. But you have become comfortable in the struggle, have you not? At least you know you can handle the struggle. But then there have been some struggles recently that you thought you could not handle. And this is perfect, because struggle is coming to meet itself. Struggle is over struggling. Even your struggle is over the struggling. You see what we say? It has fulfilled its path of struggle, and even it wishes to surrender now. And we can tell you, and again this applies to each of you, if you continue, if you insist on hanging on to your struggle, it's going to win. You understand what we are saying? So it is a time to thank the struggle. Thank it for showing you where you have not trusted. Because that is all struggle is not surrendering to the trust and faith that you are loved, that you are perfect as you are. This brother here has been struggling trusting. See how struggle will find its way into everything? You will struggle to have faith. So it is time to look struggle in the face and say, thank you very much, but I am releasing you now. And then you become a divine witness to yourself. You observe yourself when your mind starts to put you back in the habit of struggle. Because your heart is always serene, always still, silent, calm. That is the true you. The struggle is in the head. Do you think you can do this? Are you sick and tired?
Yes. Yeah.
Very good. So we would like you to close your eyes, dear one, and see your soul as a beautiful ball within your solar plexus, and see all this frantic, knotted energy called struggle around it. And breathe into it, and see the struggle, like barbed wire, just start to melt itself. And there will be tears with this, because the relief will be so enormous, and let the tears flow, dear one. You do not deserve struggle. You do not deserve that level of stress, of heartache. You see what we say? Have thanks for the struggle. All right, dear sister, do we have permission to talk to your soul, please?
Yes.
All right, let us have a look. We say this with the greatest love and respect. You believe, dear one, that if I remain small, I will remain unnoticed, and then I won't get myself into pain. Does this make sense? Do you tend to duck and weave around everybody, sit in the corner, the quiet one? And you have convinced yourself, well, I like to observe people. I'm a people watcher. I like to see what everybody else does, but my hands are tied. I do not have a will. I cannot do what I choose. Does this make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Why do you think you are so small?
Scared.
All right, what are you scared of?
Everything. Life.
Very good. This is beautiful to be so honest. Are you scared to be a human being?
I don't enjoy it.
Very good. Nobody here has enjoyed it. Because it means being vulnerable. And this human suit that you wear, yes, is vulnerable. Is going to end. But you cannot end. You are not vulnerable. You are power itself, because you are love itself. You understand what we are saying? Forget about the humanness for now. We want you to plug into the powerfulness of yourselves, the truth and the divinity of yourselves, and then you will strengthen your human body. You will not have the magnets within this dimension where you can be harmed. You understand what we say? So, your biological mother is asking for your forgiveness. Do you understand what we say here? But it is truly your Divine Mother that is asking for your forgiveness. She wants to bring you back into her heart. Can you let that happen? Is your biological mother upon the planet?
Yeah.
All right. She has emotionally been out to sea, as we say, for a very long time. You do not have to go with her. Do not put yourself out there and bob up and down in the ocean of emotion, believing you are alone. You are not. Now, some of the things we are saying to each of you may not make sense. So why is he saying that to me? Because we are here to trigger things in you. We are here to pull the trigger on your emotional being to assist you. So just sit with what we say to you and let it percolate within your being. Do you have a question for us?
I do, I don't know how to ask it, so.
All right, well, we will come back to you. Do not worry. Do we have permission